My name is Sherry, and along with my fellow Bernie supporters, I watched the August 24th livestream Bernie Sanders held, where he urged us to help keep Trump out of the White House by voting for Hillary. He also laid out his plan for what he's called our revolution, urging us to continue working on progressive issues on our local levels. I asked some of my fellow Bernie supporters how they felt about this plan.
Well, I'm still encouraged because the Our Revolution movement means that we can still, across the country, influence millions of voters and the legislative process by electing progressive candidates for office, whether it be school board or in Congress, so that they can influence the policies in Congress, even if we're not influencing the presidential candidate directly. So the Bernie movement, under its new name, can continue on, not just for months, but for years, putting progressive candidates in all those slots that are filled by money-greedy candidates today who've been bought by the lobbyists, and replace them and put policies that work for people, because politics is for people, it's not for corporations. So I see this as a very positive move. I think if Citizens United initiatives get put on balance across the nation, then we will also see the money start to come out of politics and progressive candidates be able to represent their people and be voted in a much more effective way. So it will take time. It's not going to be overnight. We didn't get to this state overnight either. I was volunteering during the Bernie campaign. I was registering voters. I was making phone calls. I was knocking on doors to get out the vote on election day here in California. I would hope that Trump does not get into office. I personally don't like Hillary, but she's a better alternative than Trump, obviously.
Well, I was feeling a little sad that Bernie can't be connected with this. I guess because he's a senator, he legally couldn't be involved with this. I think I was disappointed about that, and I think it may be a factor in how popular the organization becomes. It's interesting theoretically. It sounds like they're trying to compete with the Koch brothers. I read a really good book called Dark Money that described how the Koch brothers are very active in local and state level political activities, and it was very disheartening. So I gathered this whole organization is going to be competing with that model, which is great. I don't know where their funding is going to come from to compete with the money the Koch brothers and others like them have, but it's an interesting attempt. Yeah, I don't know what I feel about it right now. I just heard about it, yeah. Listening to the talk.
I was wondering about that too. Without him as a figurehead, how much steam it's going to be able to have.
Yeah, yeah. I would agree with that comment. It'll be interesting to see. And it's certainly needed. I mean, this whole movement.
And what about the fact that so many young people are involved in this? Do you think they're going to push it forward, or are they? I know about the percentages. They don't really show out to vote. They support Bernie, but they maybe don't come out and vote. You think they'll continue and vote for Hillary?
Well, it's interesting. I took a lift over here, and the driver was saying he was not going to vote. He was younger. He was a Bernie fan. He said he's just going to go to bed and cover his head and wait for it all to be over. There may be a significant number who are very disappointed.
Did you try to talk him out of it?
I didn't feel that was my role.
Well,
I'm a social worker. I just listen.
I would argue with that. It takes every vote.
I probably should have.
Never give up, I say. Feel the burn. You can watch the whole speech Bernie gave August 24th by going to YouTube and searching for Our Revolution. Bye-bye. Hey.